provision of input relative to the development of research project title, and some tips in writing a research project. Sacred Heart University Library defined a research title as a document that summarizes a title is, this is how the title is defined, sorry. The title summarizes the main idea or ideas of the study. In other words, the title should capture the key words or the main variables of the study. So that means we can see in the title the primary variables of the research project. So that is the meaning of the title summarizes the main idea or ideas of the study. A good title contains the fewest possible words that adequately describe the contents and or purpose of the research paper. So the length of the title is very important thing to consider. Aside from the purpose, the length of the title should also be carefully considered by the researcher. And we have a parameter for this. Then the title is the part of a paper that is read the most, and it is usually read first. And because this is the first part of a research project that is read by interested parties, then the title should be made catchy and attractive. If the title is too long, it usually contains too many unnecessary words. So irrelevant words should be deleted. Like for example, I have seen a title of a research project like a study to investigate. So aside from there is redundancy, it is irrelevant to include the word study and investigate because a study requires investigation. And what kind of investigation is this? It should be a scientific investigation. Therefore, the word study, the word investigation may not be included in the title because these words only make the title lengthy. On the other hand, a title which is too short often uses words which are too general. For example, African politics could be the title of a book, but it does not provide any information on the focus of a research paper. So that means when we frame a research project title, we have to include powerful words. And these powerful words are actually the variables of the investigation. In the development of research project title, broad reading is an essential requirement for selecting and developing a research topic or title. Reading helps increase one's knowledge that enables the researcher to make a final decision about the research topic or title. And there are questions to ask in order to have a clear objective of one's research topic or title. First, why am I engaging in this research? So this pertains to the objective. What is the objective of conducting research? From the responses provided by Dr. Joel earlier, we can say that objective of research really is the first thing that we should think about. The second one is what area or aspect am I going to investigate? So knowing your area of specialization, then we have to also consider the specific aspect of your area of specialization that you would like to consider in conducting research. Then what questions am I going to use to look for the answers? So specific questions should be formulated because these specific questions serve as guide in the completion of a research project. That's why we have a separate section for the statement of the problem or for the presentation of research problems. How am I going to conduct the research? This refers to the approaches, another idea mentioned by Dr. De Los Santos a while ago. So his approach in conducting research is very essential thing to consider as we develop the research topic, because the title of our research may be suggestive of quantitative research or qualitative research, and therefore this is very important. How long have I got to do the research? Is there a deadline for its completion? So timeline for research project making should also be considered, especially if if our research project is supported by a certain group or a certain agency or institution, because timeline to do the project is one of the requirements. Then what are the sources that I can utilize to help me complete the research? So sources available. If we have adequate sources needed in the completion of the project, then we can pursue our research project. The following parameters can be used to help the researcher formulate a suitable research paper title. Number one, the purpose of the research. Second, the narrative tone of the paper. So when we talk about tone of the paper, that pertains to the researcher's voice in his or her written research. That is reflective of the proponent's attitude, bias or biases, as well as personality of the writer. The methods used. The initial aim of a title is to capture the reader's attention and to draw his or her attention to the research problem being investigated. So let's talk about characteristics of a good research title. We have to carefully analyze these characteristics because this will be your guide in the preparation of the session output, that is research title. Because this research title will be presented in the other session I will have with you. According to rhetoric scholars Hairston and Keeney, making a good title for a paper involves ensuring that the title of the research accomplishes four goals. The first goal is a good title predicts the content of the research paper. So in making a title, a research title, the output of your research should be implied. So the output of your research project should be implied in the title. Like for example, in one of the materials I presented to you, transformation is the output. Because before the situation was not good, and because of the strategies employed by the school leader, then the school was transformed according to the design of the school leader. The second one is a good title should be interesting to the reader. So how do we make the title interesting to the readers? Do not make it very long. Use words that have appeal to the interested parties. Use powerful words. Number three, it should reflect the tone of the writing. The tone of the writing refers to the biases, to the personality, and the attitude of the writers. Because the writing or the output of the researcher can reflect his or her own attitude, biases, and personality. The fourth, it should contain important keywords that will make it easier to be located during a keyword search.